Hi and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know it has taken so long for me to post a video. Actually, this is my third episode. Oh my god, it has taken so long to get here. But hey, don't worry, we're getting there. The consistency is going to come. How are you? How have you been keeping? I hope you and your families are doing well. I am doing very, very well. The reason I've actually not been posting any videos and I've just been avoiding being on the camera and talking a lot is because I am at a transition phase of my life. As you know, I have been a homestay mom for 3 years now, but I feel now I'm in a place where I'm ready to move on to the next phase of my life. And that may mean taking a new job or continuing doing coaching, but now on a full-time basis and really doing it as a business. Because previously I've only done coaching, as a hobby, as a side thing and that kind of thing. And just, a service that you offer people on an ad hoc, kind of relationship. But there's a possibility that that is the road that I'm going to take. And so I've just been taking time to just reflect on that and see what are my options. It's quite tricky when you are on that curve and you're not living in your home country. I think some of these things are easier when you are in a very, very familiar environment. And for me, I'm feeling that it's taking much longer to really, take off as far as being a coach because of my location, of the fact that I'm not at home and a lot of things are not quite familiar. All right. Anyway, that aside, I am very well. I'm keeping well. My family are all doing well. A lot of you have been asking me and contacting me and asking me about Talia, because in my last video I talked about Talia and her special needs and that kind of thing. I have good news. Talia is doing quite well. She's actually much, much stronger. She's developing at a faster rate than she was. And now she's able, what is she able to do? What is the latest thing she's able to do? She's able to lift herself off the ground into an almost standing position. Yeah, so we are making it. And hey, if you are a mommy of a child with special needs or a mommy of a child whose milestones are not coming as fast or as timely as they should be, I'm going to just ask you, do not worry. Do not compare your child to other children. Give your child the time to grow at their own pace. But having said that, also consult with doctors if you're worried about the time it's taking for your child to meet their milestones. I know this is not easy, especially for first-time moms to face, but I'm telling you, you'll be more at peace if you accept that your child is unique and every human being is unique and they're going to take their own pace to grow. All right. So, hey, if you're a child of a special needs child, or rather, if you're a mom of a special needs child, or your child is just taking longer to grow than other kids, don't spend your life worrying about that. Yeah, spend your life enjoying what they're able to do at the time at this point in time, and that is what we are doing with Talia. We are totally enjoying. It's slow, but we are totally enjoying it, and we really celebrate every new thing that she does. If she makes a new sound, we all celebrate it. I'm telling you, even Tandy has got to a point where Tandy is 4 now, and she actually notices when Talia does something new, and she would point it out and she would say, Mama, look, or Mama, Talia said number 2 and that kind of thing. So just make it family thing or an individual thing to keep celebrating your child. Doesn't matter how long they're taking to get to that place where you want them to be. All right. Anyway, away from that, away from me being the Miss Advice, it's just I just want to encourage mommies out there. Now, today I decided that since I am in this transition phase, but I'm still a homestay mommy, I might as well share what my realities have been since I became a homestay mommy. Because remember, I was employed for the longest time. And then, voila, on one particular day, I woke up and hey, I was no longer employed. And then I was a full-time homestay mommy. So I'll just share with you some of the realities that I faced, things that I knew, and others that, I didn't know. Or if I knew them, it was harsh facing them. It was tougher facing them than, just knowing them in my mind. All right? So reality number one that I had to face at the point in time that I decided that, yeah, I'm fine, I'm going to become a homestay mommy. Reality number one that I faced was my title as a resident in the UAE immediately changed. And so I would now be called housewife. Yeah. So in the UAE, if you are a homestay mom, then that means that your husband is the one who is employed and working and that kind of thing. On your visa, when it comes to what is your profession, it will be stated homestay mom. No, sorry. That's what I wish. It will be stated housewife. So that was a tough reality for me. And, I knew that this is what people are called when they are homestay moms. But when I actually saw it on my visa, it was like, what? And I don't think that it's such a bad title, but never in my life had I ever thought that I would hold this title. But yes, in the UAE, my title is homestay mom. I keep going back that because that's what I want to be called. Is a housewife. And whenever I have to go to do any official transactions and that kind of thing, and they ask me, so what do you do? Or where do you work? And I say, it takes, a few seconds for it to click. Like for me to not say, oh yeah, I work for blah, 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 or I am this. It just takes a few moments for me to say housewife. Yeah. And so I've learned to live with that title, but that honestly was a shocker. The next one that hit me was that from that moment on, my husband will then be referred to as my sponsor. Now, I know in Kenya, this title is not a very, very nice title. Yeah. In Kenya, it's not a very nice title. But in the UAE, it basically means the person under whose visa you fall. All right? So, if you're employed in the United Arab Emirates, your company, the one that has employed you, then is your sponsor, and so they will take care of all your visa processing and that kind of thing. And on the visa, it will be stated that you are an employee of that company. All right? If then you're not employed like me, but you are under your spouse's visa, then on your visa, your sponsor will be your husband. And so my sponsor is my husband. All right? The next one is that from having my husband as my sponsor, the third one was that I would need to get permission. I don't think permission is the right word. It's actually permission, yes. Because if I am to make any changes, like say take up a job and that kind of thing, I would need a letter of non-objection from my husband, who is my sponsor. All right? So I would basically need, in layman terms, permission from my husband to be able to take up a new job or to start, say, to register a business and that kind of thing. So he would need to give me a letter of non-objection that, yeah, he as my sponsor has allowed me to change, or rather to take up a job and that kind of thing. So that was my third reality. The fourth reality was that, and this one is very, very tough. Honestly, if I did not go into depression because of this, I will never go into depression. This one was that I would wake up every morning and not have a place to go. That means my house, my home became my everything. So basically I have always been waking up and dressing, going to work. And that has been my life, because right from Childhood, you wake up, dress, go to school. Wake up, dress, go to university, and all that kind of thing. But the day I stopped working, the next day I woke up and there was nowhere to go to. And the next day and the next week and the next month I would wake up and I didn't have a place to report. To some people that may seem very relieving, and you wish that was your reality. But when it is an actual reality and you know that tomorrow I will also still not have a place to go, that everything that I do from this moment on just has to do with my family, that when I leave the house, I am going to do things that are family related. I'm either going to pick my kid from school or I'm going to do house shopping and that kind of thing. That for me was really, really tough because I am the kind of person who has always been out there. I have never been one person to stay in one place. I've always been the person that moves around, yeah? So, that one hit me. And for a long time, I used to think that it could drive me nuts. But what I did, I just learned to live with it. I learned to accept it first. And I learned to look at the benefits, Look at the benefits that I have being at home rather than being at work. And that's the way I've managed to actually go through these 3 years of my life. But now I'm at a point in my life where that thing is starting to come back, that hey, I need to wake up to something. I need to wake up to go somewhere. And that is why I am at this transition phase of my life where I'm feeling like, hey, baby is strong, you have a reliable nanny, and it's time, honestly, for me to start doing something else. Right? So yeah, that one was a harsh reality. The other reality is that my social life will be diminished to almost zero. Because what happened? Living in the United Arab Emirates, my social life lingered around my work colleagues. And since I was not going to work anymore, I was not hanging out with the people who are my friends, who I spend, evenings and weekends with. So my phone stopped ringing. I now had only maybe 1 or 2 friends that, we kept constant touch with. And I would meet every once in a while, maybe for a coffee or for a play date and that kind of thing. But if you're working and you're considering becoming a homestay mom, let me just make it very, very clear to you that your social life is really going to diminish. Really, really going to diminish because people are busy with their lives. And you'll not realize what an important role your work colleagues played as far as your social life was concerned up until you're not working. So this can be hurting to some people, but when you accept it that this is the reality of life, then you will not get hurt. You'll not feel like people neglected you. You'll not feel like people don't value you, anymore. Because this is what I've realized. A lot of people, when they have their friends not calling them anymore or not calling them as frequently or not hanging out with them as frequently, they start thinking, oh, they were fake friends and that kind of thing. But it's not. It's just that your realities are different. Your realities are totally different. You are in a different place from them. And so the common things that you had are no longer common, right? So that's the one reality. I really would advise you not to take it personally. Don't take it personally that you are going to lose friends and your social life is going to diminish to almost zero. And the other one, and the final one, was that I was not going to have an income. I always have had my money. I've always had my money. I've always been an independent girl. But the day that, or rather the month that I decided that I was going to become a homestay mommy, that meant no paycheck for me. And that also meant that my husband then becomes my provider. And that has taken quite some growing up. That has taken quite some growing up. Alrighty, so those are my realities, and I must say, they have made me a better person. Some of them have been tougher to swallow than others, but in it all, I have grown. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is me saying goodbye because I can see my time is ticking. I need to go to pick my daughter from school, but it was nice catching up with you. I'll be back here tomorrow. I promise I'll be back here tomorrow. I'll post a video tomorrow, and I'll just give you, updates on what is going on in this Dube household. Have a good afternoon, have a good day, have a good morning wherever you are, and thank you so much for tuning in.